Now, what's the link between mathematics and the universe? An ancient scientist, I love him so much, Galileo Galilei, is the one who made this statement, a very powerful statement. He said, mathematics is the language with which God has written the universe. Powerful. So you can just pick any object or shape in the universe, and if you understand mathematics, you can see how the creator of that system is such a mathematical, genius. Geometry is also much exemplified in the creation. So for example, if you study the solar system, what do you see? What do you think it's about? I see geometry at work. So in terms of the classification of physics, okay, broadly we can look at physics from 3 main points of view, okay, or maybe 4 main points of view, okay, trying to summarize physics. Okay, so we can look at what is called classical physics, okay. You can see that at the minutest level, okay, that is 10 to the power negative 12, okay, at that level, we are basically dealing with mathematics, okay, computer science, algebra, logic, we are dealing with philosophy, etc. A definition of research. I define research as a systematic inquiry into an area of knowledge using the appropriate scientific methods, intuitive approaches, and pragmatic techniques to find answers to critical questions, proper solutions to practical problems confronting humanity and our world, and add up new insights to the extant corpus of knowledge in that particular area or field of study or practice. Okay, so this is my understanding of research. Greek philosophers such as Plato, Socrates, and Aristotle during the 3rd century BC challenged this traditional notion of faith, or living your life purely by faith, only by faith, and then not basically applying reasoning or logic. It was Plato, Aristotle, and Socrates who challenged this notion and suggested that the fundamental nature of being and the world can be understood more accurately through a process of systematic logical reasoning they called rationality. Before Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, everything was by pure faith. That was the religious paradigm. And then Plato, Socrates, and Aristotle came and mentored doctrine and said, no, you can't just believe things because you don't understand. We have to subject it to logical reasoning or rationality. And then their ideas were packed. And then now Galileo Galilei, as the meaning, wanted to merge it together into natural philosophy. That didn't really stand the test of time. The arguments and the battles were still back and forth. Immanuel Kant came and critiqued reason in his major work, and then he influenced Auguste Comte, who also influenced Emile Durkheim, who influenced Ludwig Wittgenstein, and then now the narrative started shifting towards positivism and the scientific method. That is to say, we are not against rationalism. You can use your brain to think logically and come up with a theory, but we will pick your theory and test it with observable data. If the data validates the theory, we will accept your theory. If it doesn't validate it, we will reject your theory. This is how the scientific method or scientific thought has been evolving over time. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Godfrey Asama. This is our special lecture series on economic research methods, theory and applications. Economic research methods, theory and application. So this is lecture 1. Lecture 1 is on Introduction to Science and Scientific Research. Introduction to Science and Scientific Research. At the end of this lecture, you should be able to 1. Understand the meaning of science and scientific research. 2. You should be able to classify science using certain predefined criteria. 3. You must appreciate the scientific method and how it is applied. 4. You must also understand the history and evolution of scientific thought. 5. You must appreciate the meaning and nature of research in general and economic research in particular. 6. You must also understand the different types of research. 7. You must appreciate research paradigms in general, as well as the philosophical foundations of economic research. And 8. You must appreciate the stages you need to complete as part of your research process. So now, let's look at science and scientific research. What is science? Well, to some, science basically refers to some high school or some kind of college level course, such as physics or chemistry or biology, which is typically meant for the brightest students. To others, science is a craft that is practiced by scientists who are normally wearing white hoods, performing some kind of experiment in some laboratory. But etymologically speaking, the word science is derived from a Latin word scientia, which basically means knowledge. Science therefore alludes to a systematic and organized body of knowledge in any area of inquiry that is acquired using what is called a scientific method. Let me say that again. Science refers to a systematic and organized body of knowledge in any area of inquiry, and this body of knowledge is typically acquired using what is known as the scientific method. We will be exploring the scientific method later during this lecture. So let's look at how science is classified. There are 2 broad criteria that are used when classifying science. The first one is based on the object of study. The second one is contingent upon the purpose of the classification. So let's look at them in detail. Let's look at how to classify science based on the object of study. Using this criterion, science can be basically divided into 3 broad areas rather. 1, we have the formal sciences. 2, we have the natural sciences, and then 3, we have the social sciences. Now the formal sciences basically study what we call formal